So this is what I am going to use. That won't work. A tropical vibe. Absolutely terrible, but that's okay because we're learning right now. The Cricut is situated. I've got the design center updating. Beautiful. Hey guys, Charlani here. Thanks so much for tuning in today. We are going to work on a project. I think this is gonna be pretty simple and pretty quick. I am hoping if all goes well, this will be done within an hour, but we'll see. We'll see. Famous last words, right? This is gonna be quick and easy. So here's what I want to do. My girlfriend has a glass cup, or a glass cup. And she actually, this is what she puts her go-go juice. So we have, it's actually Energize. It's technically pre-workout, but it just gives you a boost of healthy caffeine. It's what I have every single morning. It takes the place of coffee for me. It does not give me a headache, so yum. But every morning I put it in this. So Tiffany has a glass cup that has beautiful plumeria and hibiscus on it. It is amazing, very tropically, and I love it. But her kids gave her this glass, so she doesn't know where it's from. I have looked online, I cannot find it anywhere. Here is what I'm thinking. I originally bought this glass, I wanna say it was like $2.99 maybe at Michael's, and it's just a regular glass cup, but I'm actually thinking these are the glasses that I drink my go-go juice in every single morning, and it's obviously it's a little bit of a different shape, so I'm thinking it'll be easier to etch onto this one because it's a flatter surface rather than it being curved like this. So we're gonna go with this one, I think. Now I also went to Joann's. I believe I got these at Joann's, and you can see that they just have a little bit of a tropical vibe. This is what we are going to use. Obviously, you see that hibiscus right there. And then we've got these leaves here. We got the monsteras there. I think it's gonna be so pretty. So this is what I am going to use. I have done this before on, they were coffee mugs, and it didn't come out exactly as I wanted them to, but it also was a painted surface, so a little bit different, you know what I mean? This is actual glass, so we'll see how it goes. And my thought is we will just, you know, tape it on here and then paint on the armor etch. And then when we take it off, we should have that design on here. I haven't quite decided. We're gonna have to figure out kind of like which way do we want the leaves to go. But I think this is gonna be a whole lot of fun. I have truly been wanting to do this for months and months and months. Oh, I also have this brass template, but I think this is gonna be too hard because it's not flimsy, whereas at least this is plastic and, you know, you'll be able to wrap it around. So I'm thinking this probably isn't going to work. I like this hibiscus better. See it like that? I like this hibiscus a lot better than I like the one that is on here. But I'm thinking that this one probably is just gonna work a little bit better. Like that. And then I really like this monstera, this size I think is really good. And I'm thinking maybe we can just put some, you know, in the different places. And then I also kind of like that this one, this isn't actually really tropical vibe, it's just more botanical. And I love that too. Like I like this leaf right here, I think is really pretty. So it says here, apply any armor stencil to a clean, dry, etchable glass object And then brush on a thick layer of Armor Etch glass etching cream. Wait 1 to 3 minutes. Use running water, rinse off Armor Etch cream, and remove the stencil. Okay, so how do we know if this is an etchable object? I don't know. I need a paintbrush, so those should work. No, see this, that won't work. Maybe we should start with a smaller one down towards the bottom. Do we want that one? No, I'm gonna go with this one. Literally all over the place. Okay, this is gonna be awful. Absolutely terrible, but that's okay because we're learning right now. We're gonna figure out what this stuff actually does to the glass and we can reassess later. Can you see that? That's where we're at. The stencil isn't even on the glass very well at all. So let's just leave it be. We're just gonna let it sit. Oy. I actually tapped this glass with the tip of the brush and look at that. It already put an etched mark on it. So my thought is this is probably already pretty etched. The other thought I had was maybe I freehand it. It's been a couple minutes. I really want to take it off, but I feel like it's a little bit too soon. It definitely bled through, so it's probably gonna be very smudgy. Okay, let's go rinse it. That is not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Even that smudgy looks pretty good. Okay, not as bad as I thought it would be. Okay, you can kind of barely see it, but you can see it. That is not that bad. I am not too mad about that, to be really honest. For our first one, that's pretty good. Not bad. This is a good start. I have high hopes. You can actually see it much better in this lighting. Okay. All right. So look at that, actually looks pretty cool. Not what I was going for, but it still looks really, really neat. All right, let's get out the Cricut. We've got the Cricut situated. I've got the design center updating, but look at, here's what I am wondering, and I'm hoping that you're gonna be able to kind of see, but see how there's like texture in the etch? I'm wondering if there's a way to like make those lines in there look like part of the leaf system. You know what I mean? So obviously this isn't great, but I think the Cricut stencil, so I've got my vinyl right here, and then I've got the transfer paper right here. So I think it'll be a lot better. So we're gonna practice. This is our practice glass. And then our final we will do over here. And we'll try and figure out a way, see where the armor etch just barely tapped it. By the time I walked from my office to the kitchen, it did that. So it happens like pretty immediately. So if you're wondering why I didn't just start with the Cricut, so I was totally trying to not have to use my Cricut. Sometimes projects go really well, but sometimes I get super frustrated and I don't have a lot of patience for weeding. If you know, you know. If it's a bunch of little pieces, it just makes me absolutely nuts. So I looked through the design center. I didn't find anything that I wanted, so I went into my Canva and I created it. I just saved it as a PNG with transparent background. I imported it into the design center canvas and it was easy peasy. But this became more of a project, a lot longer than I had anticipated it taking. Hey guys, in full transparency, it is the next morning. So I kind of stepped away from this. Rob and I had an appointment and I just never came back to it last night. So we're starting it back up. First thing in the morning, I'm still in my comfy robe. So we are going to knock this out. I'll show you what we've got on our Cricut or in the design center because I have a pretty good game plan. These are the designs. We are going to Cricut up and we're gonna go ahead and use them as templates and put them on here. We're gonna practice first because I can easily make a couple of these and see which ones work. I'm thinking this is obviously the Live Happy Label logo, which I love. So of course we're gonna try that. We're just gonna try them and see which ones, you know, are going to look good because not everything looks good when you Cricut it out. So let's just see how these look. I think they're all really pretty. Some are obviously thick, and then I've got a couple of little thinner ones, a medium one. Let's just see how it goes. But aren't those pretty? Oh, love. So we're gonna practice on this one, and then we're going to do this one. Or maybe I'll grab another one of these and we'll just make another one of these because these are just little mason jars. They're super cheap. So what I did was I kind of feathered out these petals here, and then I feathered all of them out, but then I added, after it dried for just, I don't know, 30 seconds, I added a thicker layer. So we'll see if that's darker and if we see the strokes, because it kind of like, that's just naturally how a petal would look. So I don't know, we'll see. the Cricut template, definitely better. See it? That leaf is beautiful. The hibiscus, where I didn't put as much, you can see it's definitely, so thicker layer is better for sure. And I think just a thicker layer feathered out will be perfect. This is so exciting. Okay, I mean, look at, compared to this, there's like no sharp edges. Definitely sharp edges, especially that leaf right there. The hibiscus needs some help. But this is why we were testing. Here is what I created. So I want the stickers to look exactly like that. And then I just flattened them. I put them next to each other, then I flattened them. So hopefully that will come out. I also measured like the whole circumference, I think that's the word, circumference of the entire thing. And I think that this should be really good. There might be a little overlap of this leaf right here, but I think that'll look really pretty. I'm disappointed because it's really hard to see filled, at least with my go-go juice. I don't know if other things will be easier to kind of see the design on it. I also am wondering if I should just leave it on a lot longer. Maybe it'll be darker, like the opaqueness will be a lot, there'll be more of a contrast, but I don't know. It's a little bit better when we've got dark stuff in it for sure, but yeah, I'm also wondering if maybe a different brand of the Armor Etch, you know, the etching stuff, maybe we just have to find a different brand of it. So if you know of one that makes it a little bit darker, like just more opaque, I think that's what we're looking for. However, this is awesome and I love it so much. Definitely the way to go was with the Cricut, but look at that. So flippin' cool. And that plumeria is almost perfection, like it really is. So it's not really exactly what I wanted, but it is super darn close and it looks really, really good. I'm also really hoping that one of you will know of maybe a different brand that might just be a little bit darker, more opaque, more white than it is silver like this. But you know, we learned a lot. We're definitely gonna go with the Cricut from now on to use as a template because it worked absolutely perfect. There is no bleed on that at all. The other thing is, like, because this hibiscus was so thick, like there's so much of it, whereas the plumeria is like just lines. The just lines was absolutely gorgeous. I'm gonna have to work on the hibiscus, the petals themselves, because they're splotchy and I don't like that. So if you know of anything that would help this situation a little bit more, I would love it if you would share. All right, guys, thanks for joining me in today's project. I will see you in the next video. Bye.